This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money? What'd you do? Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly? Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage? By the way, you can thank the Democrats for the government being shut down and your benefits not coming through for November. Looks like you're going to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I know a lot of food pantries hand out turkeys for Thanksgiving. All the sides and trimmings too. Lots of food pantries. You better figure it out. I'm sick of hearing you complain, honestly. You ever have this as a meal? I'm eating peanut butter and butter on toast. It's absolutely delicious. You should try it. And not for nothing, I saw this woman that said she was getting $1,100 a month in food stamps. Do you know how long I could make $1,100 in food stamps last in this house? There's two of us, but I do have my son over every once in a while, or my daughters over once in a while to eat. I feed them too, and we always got food in our house, no matter what. I would take a third job. I have two jobs. I would take a third job if I had to, just to make sure my kids ate. What are you doing for your kids besides coming on the internet and bitching that you don't have any money in your food stamps account?
Processed garbage as you sit and smack your lips with enriched white bread and peanut butter that has more sugar in it than you can possibly imagine. How dare you? You are the worst of us. And you've been given permission by this administration, this regime, to behave and vocalize your point of view. You have that right. But you also have consequences to those actions. That vernacular, right? Which is why I assume you turned off your comments. You have a job. We wouldn't want them to find out exactly who and what you are with the disdain that drips from your lips. They fed themselves in October with October's money. And the privilege with which you speak on never having used government benefits and pulling yourself out of situations like that and looking down on individuals is disgusting. Man. And it is always the ones that have little Bible verses littered through their content. How dare you, right? My goodness. As I sit and eat my brown rice and a grouse that I harvested, I am grateful that the way that I was brought up was to harvest much of my own proteins. But not everybody was. And I know that. I'm also grateful that I'm a very basic individual, meat and potatoes. Nothing crazy. You are the worst of us. And you continue to rear your ugly head and say your disgusting things. And then silence the comments because of the backlash that you receive. Good luck wherever it is you think you're going in the future, right?
As you all may know, food stamps for the month of November, SNAP benefits, will not be processed because the government has been shut down. There are a group of creators who use their platform on TikTok to talk down on people who have used this platform to voice their concerns and to voice how difficult it's going to be for them to not have these benefits for the month of November, especially with the holidays coming up, because we have Thanksgiving coming up, we have Christmas coming up. These are big holidays where kids especially are home from school. They don't have access to food. They don't have access to those meals because a lot of these children who have SNAP benefits rely on this for their home cooked meals at the end of the day. And they get their breakfast and lunch provided to them at school typically. So there's a group of people who have turned this around and are making fun of people who come on here and voice how upset they are. There's this girl who I saw her video. She's eating toast. She's saying that it's pretty much like the Democrats' fault, but also it's the people who have SNAP benefits and that it's their fault because they didn't use their SNAP benefits wisely for the month of October, and they should still have enough money to buy food in November. That doesn't make any sense to me because your SNAP benefits, a lot of people don't get that much. They maybe get like $400. And groceries alone, a typical family, I want to say, spends about $400 every 2 weeks, bi-weekly, depending on how often you buy your groceries. Especially if you have kids, because kids are hungry and they need a lot more food and nutrients. So to come on TikTok and make videos like this is very disheartening. I hope that everything gets settled before then so that people can get their benefits quicker rather than later. But y'all, let me know what you think about this. I just think it's really sad, and I think we've lost the plot, and we definitely have lost our ability to have empathy.
Oh no, Sarah Meth, perhaps they spent October's food stamps in October? Like, what the George Bush, you will pay for your crimes because these children should have been left behind. But unfortunately, they weren't. And now they're adults with access to the internet and total use of free will. I'm going to start calling this the J-Lo theory. Whenever you give people full unmonitored access to something, whether it be a mic, a phone, social media, whatever it is, and total use of free will, they will use that thing regardless of if it sounds good or if it makes a lick of sense. This is what Trump means when he says smart people don't like me, because what do you mean she made this video in regard to November food stamps asking what people did with their October food stamps? If Johnny had 5 apples, Methany, I know y'all be hooked on everything but phonics, so I'm going to hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this. SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. And I know supplemental is a big word for Elmo. That means it's supposed to supplement or help them get groceries for that month. What did you think? The S stood for savings or something? Like, what the Then she's talking about the government is shut down because of the Democrats. That's why you're not getting your food stamps. Mind you, the Republicans are in control of the House, the Senate, the White House, and the Supreme Court. But the party with the minority is to blame for the government shutdown. Right. And double, mind you, she on here talking about people losing their food stamps. Whole time Streets is saying she lost her kids. I fear we're worried about the wrong loss, nigga, but I don't. I fear you have way more to be worried about than what people are doing with their food stamps. Put down the phone, stop kissing your cuzzling husband, and worry about yourself.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, and listen up my people. The internet is hot recently because Miss Latosha decided to hop on TikTok and mock folks after those food stamps got cut off. It's really funny, right? Let's first of all see the reaction, and then we'll come back with the full commentary at the end of the video. Stay tuned.
This lady has been waiting a very long time to say what she said. If you missed it, this is Food Stamp Lady, someone who's clearly not in Group 7. She came on Al Gore's internet to judge people who may not get their food assistance next month, to ask them what they did last month with their food assistance last month. This is not a one-off. This isn't one radical lady with some weird thoughts. This is what a significant portion of this population believes. And they have been itching to say something about it for years. To you. To the recipients of food assistance. These people, when they see someone swiping an EBT card, they immediately look at what they bought. Lucky Charms. Oh, skirt steak. Well, I'm here with hot dogs for my children. And in their mind, they're not only having to pay for their groceries, but their tax money is paying for yours as well. And even though that's not how it works, that's how they feel about it. And they've been waiting a long time. They did not vote for Donald Trump because they were enamored with his concepts of a healthcare plan. They voted for him because he's cruel. He's willing to do that, to put those people in a situation where they're begging. And these people have been waiting to wag the finger in their face at desperate people. Keep in mind, the people on assistance are not the deadbeat parent. They're the ones who are willingly taking the children, who continue to provide for them, have a job and a half or 2. They're the ones that go to the parent-teacher conferences. They're the ones saving up right now for Christmas. And that food assistance is what keeps the lights on in their house. It keeps them from getting foreclosed on or evicted. It keeps them in the car that brings their children to school. These people These Christians, these Trump voters, see none of that. They see your Lucky Charms and see it as excessive to them. And they've been waiting to say something for a long time. She may be the only example that we've seen so far. These people want you to know that they don't have pity for you because you've been buying Lucky Charms when you could have been buying oats in bulk. I keep hearing that Pluto in Aquarius is going to reveal things. We keep thinking of corruption. It's going to reveal government corruption. What if it's just revealing what's inside of your heart, all of us collectively? And this is the first glimpse of this particular revelation.
To the lady eating toast on her TikTok, scrutinizing people on food stamps, wondering what they did with their October food stamp benefits, I want to remind you and all of us, as a retired nurse, that you and we are one diagnosis, one major accident away from being in that position. So maybe empathy is in order instead of scrutiny. Have a great...
Fuck you and trash you wrote in on. You want to judge people on food stamps? You want people to judge you? When's the last time you renovated your trailer? What they bought in October is none of your fucking business, okay? When's the last time you used your dental insurance? That's what I want to know. When's the last time you went to the dentist? I also want to know who the fuck raised you. You're fucking there on a video, eating with your mouth full, talking with burnt fucking toast. You're talking with your mouth fucking full. Crumbs and shit. And your mouth ain't even pretty, so like, what the fuck? The fact that you would find fucking joy while you tell people to go to the food pantry for Thanksgiving. Fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. And this is what I found interesting. You said you had a daughter and a son, but you never see them. So I'm thinking two things. If they're of age, they want nothing to do with you. They probably want jack, squilly, squat to do with your fucking ass. Or they're minors. And the judge and the court system don't want you anywhere near them, which is probably my guess. Karma is real. What goes around comes around. You know, maybe I'll get to the end. I think that's his name. Maybe your job sees your post and they fire you because you're just an awful human being. Maybe everyone in the town sees your post and then you can't find a job. Karma's a bitch and she's gonna find you. Even if you hide under a rock, Karma's still gonna find you. Fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting.
Hey fuckers, have y'all seen the video of the woman eating toast talking about how she doesn't give a shit if people are losing their SNAP benefits?
Messages for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money? What did you do? Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly? Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage?
They ate those groceries. Just like you ate the food that you bought last month. You've used the toilet paper that you have in your bathroom, the toothpaste on your teeth, the gas in your car. What the fuck? On the USDA's website, the average SNAP benefit varies by household, but the average is $332 a month. We know grocery prices continue to rise. I just did a video explaining that this cart was $500 at Walmart in North Carolina. And $500 is a lot larger than $300. Think, Winnie the Pooh. People are already struggling with the limited benefits that they are receiving from the government. To have none is going to be devastating to so many families. And it doesn't just affect the people receiving SNAP benefits, it affects you too, you toast-eating troll. They don't have money to go buy groceries. That means fewer shoppers in store, which means that those retailers have less purchasing power in negotiating prices with their suppliers. And with that comes higher prices for everyone. Also, is this you?
We all forget about that. The golden rule states to treat other people how you want to be treated. If you treat other people nice, they'll treat you nice.
What a wild concept!
The system doesn't need to silence the poor anymore because now the poor do it for them.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money?
Every few weeks, she posted another rant about people on food stamps. 1 week, she's tired of hearing people complain. The next, she says she literally wants to fight a woman over what she bought with her EBT card. And I couldn't understand the fixation. Why was she so obsessed? Until I saw this.
I've been on food stamps before because I had to.
It's what happens when struggling people start punching down on struggling people. When you somehow convince yourself that you're middle class, but you're actually poor. That's how the system wins, by getting people to fight each other rather than questioning it. Struggling people turn on other struggling people instead of realizing they're all being squeezed by the same system. This part stood out to me.
And not for nothing, I saw this woman that said she was getting $1,100 a month in food stamps.
But here's the twist. That video was probably fake.
So guess what I'm doing for the first time in 12 years? Okay? I am getting up, I'm ready, did my hair, took my shower, brushed my teeth, and I'm going to do my community service hours. Why community service hours, do you ask? Because they told me in order to keep my food stamps, I would have to do 15 hours of community service per week. That's at minimum. I can do more if I want to, which I probably will because I don't have anything else going on. And my kids are in daycare since I qualified for subsidized childcare.
This woman is actually a satire creator. Her bio literally says, satire mom content, rage bait. Usually she tags it as satire, but that day she didn't and people believed her. Her comments were full of rage. Lazy, entitled, stealing from taxpayers. But rage gets clicks. And when fake content goes viral, it turns real people, real families who actually need SNAP into punching bags. And then there's this one.
Y'all ain't hearing me. They cut my food stamps. I ain't paying for none of this shit. I got babies at home that gotta eat. You think I'm just gonna leave my cart here? Hell no. I ain't paying nothing. I'm walking out with it. Try and stop me.
The food was already on the belt. If she was stealing, why load it up? Because she's not real. The woman doesn't exist. The entire video is AI generated. And people still flooded the comments, calling her names, mocking her weight, her class, her existence, all over a person that literally isn't human. And as someone who is constantly accused of being AI, I want y'all to learn the difference. Real people, real stories, real voices are being drowned out by fake ones, and it's only making us angrier at each other.
This is for all the people complaining about not getting food stamps for November. What'd you do with October's food stamps? Did you fill up your pantry and be smart? Or did you just buy a bunch of processed stuff? Kind of like this bread process. Looks like you're gonna have to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I mean, they give out turkeys. They give out all the trimmings. You know, I just saw one lady on here saying she made $1,100 in food stamps. I mean, have you ever had this as a meal? It's really good. It's toast with peanut butter and butter. All dry. But, you know, I'm sick of you guys complaining on here. You could blame Richard Nixon for the government shutdown. It's hard to swallow. So, how much I can make that last, all that money? I mean, it's just me here. My son and daughter come to visit sometimes, but they've cut me off, no contact. I don't know why, but I'm just tired of hearing y'all complaining.
You really got time to laugh at people struggling. And you act like you ain't ever used an EBT card yourself. Stop it, man. Stop it, lady. That's too much and it ain't funny at all. You know, you laughing and mocking people because of food stamps. It's really petty, you know? You know, people don't use stamp cards because they want. It's the situation, you know? Let's be real, guys. Times are really tough. You know, food prices are high. Everything is high. You know, everything is crazy. And a lot of families truly depends on this help. And there is nothing funny about folks trying to feed their kids. I don't know if Latosha thought she was being funny or petty, but everybody is really mad. Nobody is laughing about this because it's not a laughing matter. What do you all think about this? Was she joking or was that a straight up meme? Drop your thoughts below, like and subscribe because we got a lot coming up. See you in the next one.